Which oven do you think is better, the Gozney Arc XL or the Koda 16 by Ooni? Comment down below and let's go ahead and get into this video. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. It's the Pizza Guy John, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a comparison of the Gozney Arc XL and the Ooni Koda 16. And so basically a couple of things right away. Visually right away you can see the Arc XL is more of a round oven, not as long as you can see, versus the Ooni Koda 16. Again, the shape of it's going to be a little bit different, and the outside of the oven shaped a lot more different. So again, that's first visual of these ovens. Let's go ahead and take a measurement of the oven as well. Again, both are 16 inches. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is the Ooni Koda 16, and from here to about area here, so the stone, we're looking at about 17 inches or so, and then all the way from the back of the stone to the front we're looking also about 17 or so as well. And again, with the Gozney Arc XL, from this stone to this stone, we're looking at about 16, close to, so we're saying about 16 and 7/8, so just a little bit smaller. But all the way from the back to the front we're looking more as 20 and 1/4. So right away, as you can tell, the Arc XL is going to be longer, or the depth of it's going to be deeper versus the Koda 16. With the Koda 16 you got two legs in the front, one in the back, as well as your dial for your propane or to control your flames going to be on the right side. And here with the Arc XL we have a big gauge here in the front, digital, that's going to tell you Fahrenheit, Celsius, as well as our gauge is going to be for the gas control is going to be more of in the front as well. Both ovens run off of propane. Here in the Koda 16 we have an L-shaped flame, so from the left all the way to the back you're going to have a flame, so again, less turning of the oven. And with the Arc XL we do have a flame on the left hand side that goes from the left hand side all the way to the right hand side. You have a flue up here in the front, no flue for the Ooni Koda 16. One other thing that we want to kind of mention is this is going to be a lot lighter than this oven, the Koda 16. Probably rate is around 50 or so pounds. It is all metal as well, as you can tell, and such a smaller stone versus the Arc XL. We're roughly around, I think it was around 70-80 pounds. I'll go ahead and put down the weight down below, but this is also going to have a thicker stone as well. It's also going to be insulated to retain more heat, so you could definitely cook a lot more pizzas with this one back to back versus, again, the Ooni Koda 16. The next thing that I do want to make sure that I'm going to be taking a look at is I'm going to be powering them both up at the same time, and we're going to take a look to see which oven preheats the fastest, and then from there we're going to make a pizza, and then we'll do some other comparisons there. But for the meantime, let's go ahead and let's get both of the ovens on. All right, so we got that one on there. As you can see, the flame from the back to the left hand side, and then we're going to go ahead and power on the Arc XL. All right, and as you can see, the flame from the left hand going over. So we're going to go ahead and preheat these both. At the time right now we're looking at 612, so we'll give it about 15 minutes and then we'll do a check to see where the ovens are at. All right, so we're 15 minutes in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ooni Koda 16. Right in the center we're looking at about 840, close to about 830 we'll say, all the way towards the end about 700. Right close up to the flame, again about 850 or so. So again, as you can see, within 15 minutes the Ooni Koda does heat up pretty quick, but again, that can be because again of the L-shaped flame, and again it looks really hot. So this oven would be ready to go at this point. You could give it a little bit longer if you wanted to, but about 15-20 minutes in, the Ooni Koda 16 is ready to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Gozney Arc XL. Right in the middle we're looking close to 500. Towards the very end of the flame we're looking at 600. right up by the flame, we're looking at about 630. So again, you can definitely see the hot spots right in the front, about 500. Towards the very back, we're looking at about 511. Let's take a look at this one right here in the front. We're looking at close to 700, about 600 or so. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down the Ooni Koda 16 to about low. And at this point, I'm basically gonna go ahead and just continue to let the Gozney Arc XL heat up a little bit longer. I wanna get to about 750, 800 because I'm doing a 300-gram pizza dough, so I'm making a good 16-inch pizza. So I wanna make sure that I'm gonna get a good bottom set. So I wanna get that to about 750. The Koda 16 at this point is ready to go. I'm just gonna be making a plain cheese pizza. I'm gonna go ahead and get inside and do that. I'm not really gonna talk through that, but basically just gonna show that real quick. And then we're gonna go ahead and basically kind of time to see how long it takes to cook a pizza in the Ooni Koda 16, see if the bottom cooks nicely and get a nice crust. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this launched in. Again, this is a good 16-inch pizza. And we're putting it all the way. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven off. And we'll let that bottom sit for at least 2 minutes. So we're looking at about 3:30 at the time of it going in. Letting that bottom set. Like I said, it's going to be a good New York style pizza, so we want a nice crispy bottom. So turn the oven off, let the bottom set for at least 2 minutes, then we'll go ahead and get the oven turned back on, and then we'll go ahead and do a cook of that crust. So you can see the crust all the way around. It's already rising, so the stone is nice and hot. So we're 1 minute now in. So again, drop a comment down below, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Let me know which oven you think is better, the Ooni Koda 16 or the Gozney Arc XL. Alright, so we're getting close to approaching 2-minute mark. I'm just going to give it about 15 more seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and get the oven back on, and then check the bottom, get the oven back on, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at that and get that crust cooking. So let's go and take a look at this bottom real quick. And so it doesn't really look too well cooked, but we're 2 minutes in, so let's go ahead and get the oven back turned on. All right, so it's about medium heat at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead now and let's get a spin. As you can see, the back of the oven is kind of burning because again, that is closer to the flame area. So I just did a full 360 spin. Let's take a look at that bottom. You can see where it was closer to the flame, is cooked a little bit more. We're almost about the 3-minute mark, but again, bottom is cooked right there. And so we'll go ahead and spin it just a little bit more. And again, if you like this recipe, if you like this the way the dough is looking, drop a comment as well. Like this video. I'll go ahead and post the video soon with this dough recipe. It's a new hybrid recipe that I've constructed. So as you can see, we're looking at this dark spot here where it's closer to the flame. We're looking at 3 minutes now as far as the cook time. And let's go ahead and let's take a look so far. With this, crust is cooked all the way around. Let's take a look at this bottom again. You can see right at this point where it is cooked a little bit more. I'm gonna get that spun around, and let's see this bottom cooked as well, but not fully cooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this now. So we cooked this for around 4 minutes or so. As you can see, the crust is cooked all the way around. But let's go ahead and we'll take it inside and we'll do more of a visual inspection. So let's get this inside. All right, so here's the pizza. As you can see on this side here, this is the side that was closest to the flame, a little bit more burnt. If we're taking a look at that bottom, we're looking again more of a crispiness here, as well as the other side that wasn't too close to the flame, brown but not burnt. There's some white spots there. So again, you know, with that L-shaped flame, it does tend to burn a little bit quicker, especially since you're doing a bigger pizza. You're gonna get that burnt there. So we'll put this to a side and then we'll take a look at the oven and see where we're at with the Arc XL. All right, so now that we have the pizza cooked in the Koda 16, let's go and take a look at the oven now. And so far right, we're looking about 760, 750. Towards the middle, about 760, closer to the flame. So at this point, I think we're ready to go ahead and make a pizza in this oven here. Kind of get this little bit cleaned here as well. But at this point, I think we're ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and get inside to make that pizza. So now the oven's ready. Let's go ahead and launch this in there. All right. And we're gonna go ahead, it's 320, so we're gonna go ahead and get this shut off. Again, we're gonna let that bottom set. Right again as well, again the stone is heated properly, so you're going to see the crust rising a lot all the way around, a little bit more than the other pizza in the Koda 16. And so again, because this is the Gozney Arc, again, it does have a gauge here in the front. And so if we turn that on, let's go and take a look and see what we're looking at, about 800 in Fahrenheit. Again, that's going to be more of the internal temperature. So it doesn't read the actual stone temp as well. All right, so we're getting close to hitting the 2-minute mark. Let's take a look at this bottom real quick. So it looks like a little more cooked, but at this point we are now sitting at 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this oven kicked back on. I'll turn it down to about medium. And we're gonna go ahead now and let's get a spin of this pizza. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin it all the way around, do a 180 of this. You can see the crust is looking cooked all the way around. Getting that crust nice and brown. And again, as you can see, the crust is cooked a little bit more cooked where it was at the flame. But let's go ahead and get this spun around. A little bit more easier as well to spin it too in the oven. But we're just going ahead and cooking this crust. Getting bottom nice and cooked all the way around. All right, so we are now 4 minutes in. As we can see, we got this cooked all the way around. Let's go and take a look at that bottom. Again, nice consistent cook. Let's get this inside. All right, so here's the pizza that was cooked in the Arc XL. As you can see, the crust is a little bit more cooked all the way around. Slight burning here on this side, only because again, this side was closer to the flame, but not a bigger burn spot compared to the Arc or to the Koda 16. Let's take a look at that bottom. Again, this is the part where it was closer to the flame, but you can see here more of a consistent cook all the way around over here on this end as well. All right, so you saw the two pizzas that were cooked in the Arc XL and the Koda 16 by Ooni. Comment down below, let me know which one you think is better. My impressions, I definitely like the Gozney Arc XL. Definitely, I feel like the flame is a lot better. Again, with the Koda 16, because where the flame is located, you definitely get a bigger spot where it's gonna burn. And again, the bottom wasn't as cooked as consistently as I would like it to be. With the Arc XL, again, bottom was cooked really well. You know, minus the little burnt on the right side or left hand side where the flame was at, but again, with some time, again, you could get that so that it's not cooking or burning like that. Heat up time, of course, the Koda 16 does heat up a little bit faster, gets a little bit hotter faster versus the Gozney Arc XL, but again, the Arc XL does have a thicker stone, so again, it is going to retain a little bit more heat compared to the Koda 16. So that's my comparison of the Arc XL and the Koda 16. If this is something you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Instagram at the Pizza Guy John. I'll put some more information down below, you know, about the pros and the cons. But yeah, comment down below what you think, and I hope to see you at the next video.